Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Progress. It is high time to tell you about a very famous maneuver in chess, the so-called Prokeš manoeuvre, named after Ladislav Prokeš, born in 1884, died in 1966. He was a Czech chess composer and international master. One of the nice things of this Prokeš maneuver is that it has relevance for practical play. It is a beautiful chess composition, but you can save yourself half points here and there if you know this maneuver. Let's get into it. This is the position composed by Ladislav Prokeš in 1939. It is white to play and draw, and that looks unlikely. White's king is far away and white will have a hard time giving his rook for both pawns, supported by the black king. White to play and draw. The first move is to bring the king close as soon as possible, so king g4 is the first move. And then black really has two options, to push the e pawn or the d pawn. Let's first look at the d pawn, d2, then there is king f3, and you cannot promote yet because the rook will take, and you cannot push the e pawn because the king will take that pawn. So king d3 is the logical move. Then white plays the very important move, the only move that draws, rook a1. And after e2, black threatens to promote. So rook a3 check, king c2, rook a2 check is crucial, king c1, rook a1 check. And if you go back to c2, there will be rook a2 check again, so king get a repetition of moves. So you have to go to b2, but then white cleans up both black pawns. King takes e2, and the d pawn will also go off the board. And white has achieved his draw. But that is not the Prokeš maneuver. The Prokeš maneuver, let's go back to the position after king g4. We just looked at d2, and the Prokeš maneuver starts with e2, which looks a stronger move because it is attacking the rook straight away. White has to play his rook. Rook c1 check is the only move that draws. And before we go into the crucial variation, let's look at what happens if black plays king b3. Well, that's an easy draw because of king f3, d2, rook b1 check, king c2, and then white can already take the e pawn because white has covered the d1 square, so d1 queen is not an option. That actually loses for black, so black has to take the rook, and then white takes the pawn on d2. So back to where we were, let's go actually back to the start. So we had king g4, we had e2, rook c1, and then we just had a quick look at king b3. And what happens after king d4 instead? Well, then white also plays king f3, and now d2 looks very strong. Both pawns are threatening to promote. And important here is that the d pawn has two threats. It threatens to promote to d1 and to c1. And that's why king takes e2 doesn't work. It looks like it's controlling the d pawn, but the d pawn promotes on c1 and black wins. So now it looks like white is in big trouble, and here comes the Prokeš maneuver. And as I said, this could happen in games. This is likely to happen if you play a lot of games, especially if you play many online games. You will have many games in your chess career, and this is likely to happen, and this is a good maneuver to remember. Rook c4 check is the move that draws. What this does, it takes away one of the promotion options of the d pawn. The d pawn can now only promote to d1. And it is a tempo move, it is check, so black does not have time to promote. If black takes the rook, let's have a look, king takes c4, then white takes the e pawn, and is controlling the d1 square and there is no c1 square to promote to. King c3 protecting the pawn, king d1, and black has only got king d3 left, and that is a stalemate. It is a draw. Let's go back to the Prokeš move, rook c4 check. What if the king goes to d3? Well, then the rook will keep following the king, rook d4 check. Now the king really has to take. And then king takes e2, king c3, king d1, and king d3 is again the same stalemate. So let's look at the main variation again. King g4, bringing the king closer, e2 attacking the rook, rook c1 check, the only move, king d4 is the best move, king f3, d2, and now both pawns look very, very menacing. But rook c4 check, the Prokeš maneuver, saves the day. King d3, rook d4 check. Now the king has to take. King takes e2, king c3, and we have a stalemate after king d1 and king d3. A wonderful composition from Ladislav Prokeš, showing how a rook can make a draw against two advanced pawns. And it's based, let's look at again at the rook c4 check move, it's based on taking away one of the promotion possibilities of the d pawn with the tempo on the king. By giving away your rook this way, you can make a draw. Wonderful. Hope you liked this composition on the Prokeš maneuver. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the Chess to Progress channel. Please leave a comment, and if you liked the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media by clicking the share button on YouTube. You also may want to check out my Chess to Impress channel. The link is in the description box, as well as a link to the other composition videos I made for Chess to Progress. This is Rick from Chess to Progress. Thank you very much for watching.